Building hip hop junkies, man. Tune in. We got another fix, episode 3. If you ask me, I'm your host, Deme D, where we talk that music and movie culture from the late 80s to the mid 20s. I got my lovely ladies, Jackie, Tasha Digital. Follow her on Twitter, follow her on IG, and we're gonna get into what is an album that you heard, right? That you had no expectations for, or maybe heard one single and bought it, and it turned out to be a great album or one of your favorite albums. Who wants to take the floor on
I'll go. Slaughterhouse, their first album.
Okay, what's the title of that one?
I think it's Slaughterhouse.
Slaughterhouse, self-titled?
That first album got me through the last 2 years of law school. I love that album. Wow.
You didn't have any expectations?
I had none. I didn't even know half people.
What made you get it?
I think it was Joe. It was like, Joe Budden's was on. And I was like, okay, I'll listen to the single.
It probably was the most well-established.
I know who Joel Ortiz, and now I have every Joel Ortiz.
Nah, Joel's the man, yeah.
I have every mixtape, album.
Yeah, he's fire.
I have merch now. Like, that one song, literally, I spent way too much money on Slaughterhouse after that. So, I love Slaughterhouse. I was expecting nothing, and just listen to it.
What was it about the album? Lyrics, I know they're borrowing up to death. What did you think about the production? A lot of people talk about the production on that album.
The production was great. I mean, I don't have any problems with it. I think it was really aggressive. I think I got the point of the album, which is supposed to be like lyrics the whole time.
Bar up.
Bars, nothing else, nothing cute about it. It was nothing like, I wasn't expecting like,
no singles.
I wasn't expecting T-Pain to come out anywhere. Like, I was expecting bars. And I wasn't. Like, I was like, all right, I'm going to just press play, whatever happens. And I was like, oh, this is great. I was like, and now I'm like a huge Joel Ortiz fan.
That's dope. That's dope. I really like to hear that because Joe been in the game for a long time, way before Slaughterhouse, way before the aftermath. So I'm glad to hear that. And I know a lot of people talk down about that album. I'm not the biggest Slaughterhouse fan, but that album was dope. And I like what they represent for the culture, especially at that time.
Yeah.
Because they were battling like commercial music and mainstream, and we don't care about lyrics and all of that.
It was definitely during a transitional time in hip hop, and unfortunately, that battle was won to.
Yeah, they lost.
To commercial, but
they won in my eyes.
For me, it made me. If you're gonna give your last battle, your last hooray, I think that was a good way to do it.
I can't. What year was that? I can't remember because
2010, 2011.
That was definitely like the last drip of we care about artistry.
It was definitely the line. And
it sounds like crucial, right? Like,
it was one of the last battles of, okay, we're going in a different direction now, and we went in that direction, but I appreciate it for what it was.
And you know what really killed them? The fact that they were on a major and it still didn't work. And you had you had Eminem backing you, had Dre backing you, and it still didn't work. So it's like, damn.
Cause I mean, initially they were on, I think, EMI at first.
Yeah, like.
And then they went, and I think they made the mistake of going to a major. I think had they stayed in the realm they were, I think without him they would have been better. Especially now that we're in such an independent artist business movement.
I mean, it's hindsight now.
Yeah, hindsight's 2020. I just wish they would have just kept doing what they were doing.
I mean, they all, except for Joe, he's retired. He's doing different things. But shout out to the rest of them, man. Joel Ortiz just put out an album last year with Apollo Brown. Crook still freestyling. He's on Twitter heavy, talking that hip hop shit. And Royce just put out Book of Ryan last year, and that was pretty dope. Yeah. So I mean, thankful for these MCs. I'm definitely thankful for that album. We're gonna go to you, Tasha. What was this surprising album for you?
I'm gonna say Shine. Shine's debut
the
album.
Debut.
Yeah, because the heavy Biggie comparisons.
Oh, it was tough to shake that.
I didn't get that from him. Like
in the slight beginning, but it was quick. I wasn't hung up on it. A lot of people hung up on it.
I know, which is why they couldn't appreciate like such a dope album. For one, a rapper coming out with their first solo album in the year 2000 with no rap features. He held that on his own.
Not one feature on there.
Not one rap feature. He had
and to be on Bad Boy and not have one feature.
Not one. He held his own lyrically. So it was just Barrington, Levy, and Q from 112.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. It was all Shine. The intro is just him talking. Dear America, I'm only what you made me. Young, black, and fucking crazy. Mm-hmm. He's talking about the state of black men in America. And
Shine was always, he talked about shit. I don't know when he got this stigma of him. I mean, part of it is on him too, with the stigma of only just being thugged out or just the drug dealer. But he spoke on a lot of issues and
Don't get me wrong, that intro was woke as fuck, but the rest of the album was about drug dealing.
commission, the
Yeah.
iPhone, get the pie, slide for him, like.
Yeah.
But he still touched on it. I just feel like that always should be mentioned, especially with how his thing played out and how everything went for him. It wasn't like he just was some wild dude. I think maybe, he just got caught up in the
Sean's still a
moment.
confusing artist. Like, I'm just like, wasn't his dad like from Brazil or like
Belize.
ambassador?
Belize, yeah, Belize.
Yeah, that's where he lives now.
Yeah, I know, I'm like,
As a wife and daughter, like he's a family man
I
now.
mean,
He's a
he
community
can't even
man.
come back, can he? Right? He's like, he can't come back to the
no,
States,
I think
right?
because of the conviction, he's
They
unable to.
deported him
Yeah, they
right after
deported
he
him
got
right after.
released.
Which is a whole different topic, because I don't understand how I served time, but we ain't gonna get into all of that. But you serve time and still get deported. But that's
Because he
how.
wasn't a citizen. That
So,
was the
but
reason.
most of the time, I thought they take you to your country to serve the time. But
No. You
No,
serve
not
the
in
time
this
here
situation.
and then they deport you.
Yeah,
listen,
that's
Because
what happened.
Theoretically, I don't think he was a citizen. I think he was on some type of residence or some
Okay.
card thing where you get
and then
taken
you
away.
shooting up shit
You
at
get in
that.
trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
It's you out, unfortunately.
Yeah, that was a sad story, man, because he was on the rise. He was promising, a young man, and we hate to see anybody's lives get stolen like that, even though,
Are we really surprised that anybody associated with Diddy, like,
Oh,
No,
I mean,
no.
that's a whole different discussion.
that's a whole
like,
different. I
You
know,
need to have it 'cause
I
it's
know.
true.
People think Diddy's the devil, but it's a whole nother topic.
There's no
But-
coincidences. like,
I'll be on her side of the table.
I'm gonna get into my joint though. This one, I think it was mentioned in another segment previously, but I'm gonna speak on Dead Prez. Like, I don't.
oh yeah, RBG.
I didn't have any expectations. I heard they had a song on the Soul and the Whole soundtrack.
Oh, I love that
Yeah,
soundtrack.
that shit was dope. That
To
shit was
this
fire.
day,
That's
it's
one of the
still dope.
best soundtracks ever. Maybe I'm being biased because it's all rap. There's no R&B on there, so maybe that's why.
We need
but,
that sometimes.
Hey, but I heard them on the Soul and the Whole, and then they came out with It's Bigger Than Hip Hop. Bought the album Let's Get Free, and that shit is amazing. Well produced, good topics, great rhymes. And they've built a great career, so clearly, I made a good choice. Let's Get Free, Dead Prez, Shine, self-titled, Slaughterhouse, self-titled. Check out these albums, man. And we're gonna jump into the movie portion, and we're gonna talk about Brown Sugar, man. Like this is, it's not no gutter shit, but this is a hip hop movie, though. It is a hip hop movie, and the featured artist is Mos Def and Queen Latifah, right? So it was cheesy. Absolutely, right? It was cheesy, but I thought it was cool. What y'all think about it?
Well, since I'm like such a heavy hip hop head, my friends, my girlfriends, anything hip hop related, they're like, "Oh, this movie reminds me of you," and I'm like, "No, no." Like the gutter ass rap that I like.
Oh, nah, this
Brown
wasn't.
Sugar is not
nah.
that. Like it's corny, but it's cute.
It's corny and cute.
I appreciate.
They
it
were
for what it
offended
is.
with the pop mainstream acts that they were trying to push, though, as far because the movie is like Tay Diggs, who's in this, Tay Diggs, and the one from Soul Food. One of the,
Sanaa Lathan?
no, she was in that too, but the other one was in there from Soul Food. I don't remember her name. The series, not the movie. The one who was the lawyer, who played Terry or whatever, but I don't want to give her too much shine. Who's married to the pretty boy.
Oh,
Nicole,
Yeah,
Harry
yeah,
Potter?
she was in there too, and Tate Diggs was in
She's the
Pursuit.
wife,
She's
yeah.
the wife
Yeah.
who wasn't supporting his dreams, but he was in
That
Pursuit.
hurt your feelings.
I mean,
felt
because
that
you got, because he was adamant and it was a childhood dream. Anytime it's a childhood dream, I feel like there's an obligation, unless it's unrealistic. He was in the position to make his dreams come true, so it wasn't like it was unrealistic. But he was an advocate for hip hop, trying to start a label, and you know how it goes. We like what we talk about. They just wanted mainstream shit. They just wanted quick hits. They just wanted poppy songs, and he was trying to find a real act, which happened to be Mos Def, who was a cab driver at the time and who was representing that real hip hop. And I don't know, it was cheesy, but I felt the message was good and what they were trying to illustrate was good. But I guess they like, we can't only have hip hop heads, so we need like casual fans, so we gotta have the romance and we need the.
I'm sorry, I'm the reason why I love it.
I thought it was good.
I like romantic comedy.
That's why. But they were thinking about you when they made
I'm
it.
corny. I love it. I'm
Yeah,
not even
like-
pretend like I could watch it anytime. It's like I think I watch it like twice a year because
So-
I love it so much.
before we close it out, do you think they did a good job of being like hip hop fans? Because Queen Latifah was in it as well, but her role wasn't that role. But they had like A&Rs and people who were supposed to be.
Actress. I mean, she can play a certain role as an actress, and that's what comes out in movies like this. You know, she's not gonna be Cleo and set it off in every movie. I think we need a gutter ass remake of Brown Sugar.
Brown Sugar?
Like
What would it be?
I'm about to say yeah, because they're actually trying to run a label. Yeah, they're trying to run a label,
Well,
so it's kind of
actually,
tough. But
I would love to see like a romantic comedy, but like Hot 97 back in like the early 2000s when they were shooting the place up. I think there's a story within Hot 97 that we.
Hot 97 got a lot of stories
97
because they're not a
crazy.
long-term radio station. Like that shit came new when they just started playing hip hop and all that.
Crazy stories like. There's so many.
Alright, so we're gonna close it out there, hip hop. Thank you for tuning in, man. This is the final segment, episode 30. Deme D in the building. Got Tasha Digital, Jackie on deck. Tune in, hit that red button, man. If you ask me. Good.